You ever have one of those days where you feel like you're the only sane person left on the planet? Well, today we're diving into the mega bestseller Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erickson. The book has this wild claim: the problem isn't them, and get this, it isn't you either. It's really all about understanding a kind of hidden language of behavior. So, let's get into it.
Okay, let's talk about that title. You got to admit, it's pretty catchy, right? It totally hooks you because, well, it taps into a feeling we have all had at some point.
Come on, you can be honest here. You know the feeling. You're in a meeting or maybe at a family dinner, and you're trying to explain something that seems so simple, but nobody's getting it. And you're just sitting there thinking, am I speaking a different language?
But here's the big twist from the book. What if nobody is actually an idiot? What if the real problem is just a massive communication breakdown? A misunderstanding that happens because we're all, just wired completely differently.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Erickson gives us this simple but honestly super powerful framework to start decoding people, and it's all based on just 4 colors. He calls it the 4-color system. It basically sorts our main ways of behaving into 4 different buckets. The best way to think about it is like getting a user manual for all the people in your life, and for yourself too.
All right, so let's meet the cast of characters. As I run through these, see if you can spot yourself, or maybe your boss, or your best friend. Now, a little heads up, almost no one is just one solid color. We're all kind of a cocktail of these, but usually one color really stands out.
So, first up, we've got the reds. These are your go-getters. They're ambitious, they're focused on results, and they are all about making decisions and getting things done, like yesterday. Their big question is always what, as in, what's the point? What's the goal?
Then you have the yellows. The yellows. These are the life of the party. Super charismatic, super creative, and just endlessly optimistic. They get their energy from being around people and brainstorming new ideas. Their question is who, as in, who can I share this awesome idea with?
Next up are the greens. Greens are the rock. They are the calm, steady, and incredibly supportive people in any group. They really value stability and making sure everyone feels secure. They're patient, reliable team players who are always asking, how? As in, how is this going to impact everyone?
And last but not least, we have the blues. Blues are your deep thinkers. They are all about the details, the facts, the logic. They need things to be precise and methodical. Quality is everything to them, and their favorite question is why? As in, why is this the best way to do it? Show me the data.
So, just knowing the colors is a great start, but to really get it, we've got to go a little deeper. See, these behaviors, a red's directness, a green's patience, that's all about what we do. The real juicy stuff is why we do it. Our actions are really just the surface level.
This iceberg image from the book is the perfect way to picture it. The behavior that everyone sees, your color, that's just the little tip of the iceberg sticking out of the water. The real driver, the massive part of the iceberg, hidden underneath, is all our core beliefs and our motivations. That's what's really steering the ship.
So here's how it all connects, starting from the very bottom. It all begins with your core values, the stuff you believe in most deeply. Those values then shape your general attitudes, your basic orientation to the world. And that informs your primary color, your basic behavior. And when you do that enough, it just becomes your everyday habitual behavior that everyone else sees. So, yeah, what we see on the outside, it has really deep roots.
Okay, so the theory's cool and all, right? But what's the point if we can't actually use it? How do we take this knowledge and turn it into better conversations, better relationships, and, fewer moments where we want to pull our hair out?
This right here is basically your cheat sheet. The magic trick? It's all about adapting to their style, not trying to make them understand yours. So if you're talking to a red, just get straight to the point. For a yellow, bring some energy and optimism. With a green, you need to be patient and reassuring. And for a blue, you better come prepared with your facts and data. You're basically learning to speak their language.
So it really boils down to this simple 3-step plan. First, figure out your own color. That self-awareness is everything. Second, start people watching. Try to spot the colors in the people around you. And third, this is the real game changer. Learn to flex your style. Make a conscious choice to adapt how you communicate to build a bridge to them.
And that brings us right back to where we started. With this new perspective, that person who drives you absolutely crazy, well, they might not be an idiot after all. They might just be a blue who needs more details or a yellow who needs more enthusiasm. So here's the final question for you. Who are you going to try and understand first?